So it's been several days since I've actually done anything in this garage, and I'm probably going to end up repeating myself because the last time I filmed, I don't quite remember what I talked about, but I'm just going to quickly summarize on what my intentions are finally, because I've kind of sort of decided on what I'm going to do. So, of course, you know that the R33 wheel was placed on the rear of the NSX as you see it, because I wanted to see what she looks like, and I do love that look. The only problem is the cost. I would need to get a set of wheels to make it work, and unfortunately I don't have the coin right now to do that. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be moving that wheel back to the R33 and doing some measurements to determine what I need to do with the FIKSE wheels. And I actually got an understanding of what I want to do, but before I can place the order, I need to do some measurements to make sure that what I am gonna do is not going to be it's not going to cost me any money because of bad decisions. So what I plan on doing is, so the barrel and the outer barrel, and actually, I'm sorry, it's the inner barrel and the outer barrel. I got a quote from FIKSE, and the outer barrel, the inner barrel is $300 each, which I need 2 of, and the outer barrel is $250. I believe it might be higher because I need to go with a deeper dish, so I need ×2 of that, and I need the hardware that comes with it and the silicone to seal it. So FIKSE's comes with, and this is how I guess they work with offsets required for other cars to be done. They bolt on this what looks to be like a spacer to get the wanted offset for each wheel that they ship. So what I plan on doing is to gain, because I want a deeper dish for this wheel, right? So this is a 2.5. I need to go. They go in steps of 1/2 inch. I need to go 3, and in order for me to not hit the rear fender, because I don't want it to poke out like those work wheels are poking out. What I need to do is remove that spacer, move the wheel effectively, since I'm removing that towards a negative offset. So you determine offset by measuring the distance between, in millimeters, from the center of the wheel where it meets to the hub, going towards the car or outside the car. So going in the car is negative offset, going this way is positive offset. So by removing that spacer, it effectively gives me the space that I need, 1/2 inch that I need, because that's 3/8 of an inch, 1/2 inch that I need for a deeper dish. But the measuring that I need to do today is to make sure that by doing so, the fact that it's moving 3/8 of an inch this way, that I'm clearing the upper why can't I talk today? The upper control arm and the strut. Make sure that nothing hits by me doing so, by moving it 3/8 of an inch inwards. I really want that deep dish look, and I'm going to be doing the same thing with the front. So there is some clearance on the front, so I'm probably boring you guys at this point. This is long-winded, but I plan on taking this spacer and swapping it to the front wheels, because this is way too much. And by doing so, this will allow me to still get a deeper dish and still be able to clear the brakes, because I'm not taking out 1/2 inch, but I'm only taking out 1/8 of an inch. So and there is some gains here, and if I do in fact lower it a little bit more, I will get a little bit of a camber and be able to get that 1/2 inch deeper wheel or deeper dish. So we have Jacob coming by also today to visit, and we do have some things that we need to cover. because we have some plans to collab on our channels. Check him out. I'll put a link on here. Check out his channel. Check out his Instagram. I believe they're both the same. He also has, you've seen him in past videos. He also has a Hawkeye STI, and we have some plans on doing something together, which you guys should, I think, would find interesting. So stay tuned. I don't want to reveal it just yet, but it's something that's going to be of interest to everyone that's into not just Subarus, but just cars in general. So stay tuned, and maybe one of these days we will reveal it and talk more about it in future videos. I think I hear Jacob. That's fine. It's good, man.
How's it going?
Hey guys, so unfortunately more days have passed since my last filming. Life in general just got me real busy. So I don't know if you guys know, I am a full-time single father of 3 and have a full-time job, so I'm not like those typical YouTubers that have the time to spend full-time on their cars and generate content. So anyway, so what we're going to do next, I believe, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but I'm going to be removing that spacer and doing some measuring to see if this wheel will fit the rear of the NSX, and hopefully that removal will fix the offset and allow me to be able to put a 3-inch deep outer lip. So let's get going and get the work wheel off. I mean, as much as you can tell, it's been a week since I've actually last filmed, and I think 2 weeks since I've put on that wheel, and I just can't seem to remove it just because I really think it looks good. But like I said, I can't coin it, so I'm going to be putting this back onto the R33, getting the R33 down, and cleaning this mess of a garage, and start the process on the fixies. So unfortunately I ran into a little bit of a problem. The screws are pretty much kind of, seems like it's almost seems like it's part of the space. I was able to get 3 out, but these are all in, and PB Blaster isn't really doing much, so it looks like I'm going to have to drill. And for that wheel, it's all 5. So I'm going to need new hardware anyway. Looks like I might have stripped at least the 3 that I pulled already, so I think it's a good idea to get hardware. I'm going to get hardware here, for the 20 bolts as well. So yeah, time to drill it out. So just to show you guys how stuck those nuts are, it broke off this this socket. Unreal. So I don't think the drill bit that I have is strong enough to be able to penetrate that bolt, so it just kind of just spins at the same spot. So I'm going to be using penetrating oil overnight, see what that does. I don't want to torch it because I'm afraid that it might do something to the integrity of the wheel, and so let it soak overnight, see what happens, and if that doesn't work, I am going to see if I can maybe find an extractor tool or an extractor bit to be able to take that nut off and get the spacer out. I did try to grab an extractor, but that didn't work out either, and I'm not sure if this is the right one. So back to the drawing board. So I went ahead and picked up another set, something that is slightly bigger that could take a bite on the head and be able to pull it out. It says that it'll pull anything out, so let's see. Not enough torque. It's catching. Well, it broke the bit again. It's cheap. Great. So, just these guys says removes any strip screw in 10 seconds or less. But didn't really do much other than break that bit. So a third bit to suffer the consequence of the FIKSE wheel. So I think what I'm going to do at this point is call it quits. I don't want to further destroy any more tools, and I think what I'm going to need here is definitely a drill press, something that has a bit more of and I know this might not be the right bit. It might just be too weak. Maybe I need something a little bit more hardened, but I tried that with a bit last night and it just wouldn't bite. So I think just to prevent damaging the threads that's on that set screw, for the set screw I should say, I am going to throw the white flag and just have a professional try and drill that out. Okay, so here's the deal. Initially I was going to remove this spacer right here, just so that I can physically see what the difference is without the spacer, but I can tell that that's exactly what I need to do. So the only problem though is that if I do remove the spacer, the clearance to that caliper is going to be very tight. If anything, it's going to be hitting. So I will need to run maybe a 5mm spacer just to clear it, because this is right here is about 3/8 of an inch. And or what I might do is I might have this spacer right here, because it is set to the wheel, just have that taken to a machine shop and shaved, but it's probably not worth it, since I could just run a 5mm spacer. And what I'm going to do is to get that deeper lip, this is a 2.5 outer lip, I'm going to go for a 3. It's going to be, the mounting point is going to be the same, but of course it's going to be set deeper, minus the 5mm, because this is going to be removed, that spacer that came with FIKSEs. And this right here is 8.5, and I'm going to pick up an 8-inch inner barrel, so it'll be the same total as far as 11 width, but I'm able to set this wheel deeper in so I can get that outer lip, clear the fender, and clear the strut. So that should work. So I think what I'm going to do at this point, I'm not even going to bother with the set screws to try and get that out and get it to a machine shop and get them to drill it out. I'll just have the wheel shop do it, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell them to go ahead and powder coat this, remove this, keeping this available for me to use for the front wheels, and they could just discard these scrap as scrap metal. So I guess to summarize, this is going to be gone, which, well, I'm eventually going to keep it for the fronts, and the wheel is going to mount further in, which is about 3/8 inch, but me using the 5mm to draw it out a little bit further, just so that it'll clear the caliper, and having that set further in, I'm going to get a shorter barrel, about 1/2 inch shorter, because they come also in half inch increments, and still maintain an 11 width, so that I can run the 275s that I was running on here before, and also not have that poke, but have that deeper dish look. Alright guys, so it's the following day. Just had a bunch of guys drop over, just kind of lost track of time, got tired, and so we're just going to continue this morning, or actually this afternoon now, and go ahead and prep it so that all I need to do once I find a place to do the powder coating is, and maybe perhaps to remove that spacer, is to just unbolt the face off of the inner and the outer barrel. So one of these days I'm going to have to get with the times and get myself a cordless impact driver, just to make things a little smoother and quicker. But I do have air, so I guess maybe that's the best scenario for this point, rather than me doing it manually. Save some time. So the removal of the face went without a hitch. Thank you for the air tools. It's kind of hoping there wasn't any sort of Loctite in it. That would have made it a little bit more difficult, but she went without a hitch. So I just wanted to add before I end the video that the advantage of the new setup and the new configuration for when I'm complete with the wheel is that the stud is no longer going to be an issue. I don't know if you guys recall from the last, well, not necessarily the last video, but several of the videos where I had an issue where the studs were too short. Well, now that I'm going to have a different offset, whereas the actual hub of that wheel, or the face, is going to be set deeper, the studs will be more exposed, and I will have more depth as far as to be, being able to secure the lug nut and secure the wheel to the car. So in essence, I'm increasing the amount of threads that I get to turn the lug nuts with. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Just wanted to kind of add that because that's another problem that I had, and I had pretty much on my task list to do, which is get extended studs. But now with the new setup, I'm no longer going to need that. So yeah, so hopefully in the next video it's going to be detailing how I rebuild these wheels with the new barrels and get it fitted on the NSX.